I think it is a significant blow to the Muslim Brotherhood, but it's also a significant coup for the authorities here. They've been trying to find Mohamed Badie for some weeks now. There's been an arrest warrant out for him since July 3rd. Now, it seems he was tracked down and arrested shortly after midnight at an apartment in the Nasr City area of Cairo, very near to where the big sit-in, the Rabaa al-Adawiyya sit-in that the Muslim Brotherhood had staged there, that was forcibly dispersed last Wednesday with the deaths of many protesters there. And it's that area that they found him in. Now, we saw photographs that have been circulating on social media of him wearing a traditional white robe and flanked by two police officers. Then he appeared, the footage appeared of him on local television. He was in an undisclosed location, sitting on a couch, flanked by a police officer with a rifle. Of course, he's going to be investigated. He's facing charges over the inciting the killing of protesters outside the Muslim Brotherhood's headquarters at Mokattam on June 30th. And we regularly saw Mohamed Badie on that stage at the Rabaa al-Adawiyya sit-in addressing the crowds there. But this is a very significant move and a huge psychological blow, too, for the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yes, and other Brotherhood figures still being held, of course. Mohamed Morsi, his detention's been prolonged again.
Yes, yesterday his detention was extended for a further 15 days. Now, this is because he's now facing new accusations of inciting the killing of protesters. Now, this relates to an incident last December, on December 5th, when at least 8 protesters were killed outside the presidential palace. They were there protesting against the constitutional decree that Mohamed Morsi had issued that gave himself overarching powers. Now, just to remind you that Mohamed Morsi has been held incommunicado by the army since he was deposed on July 3rd, and they say that they're holding him for his own security and also for the security of the nation.
Kathryn, I want to ask you about another development coming out of Egypt and creating a lot of consternation there. Reports that Hosni Mubarak, the former president, overthrown, of course, by the revolution, could soon be freed. Tell us more about that.
Well, it was his lawyer, Farid Adib, who is now saying that Hosni Mubarak could be freed within 48 hours. Now, the reason for this is that one of the judges in a corruption case that Hosni Mubarak is facing has decided there is not enough evidence to hold him any longer, and he has referred that case back to the prosecutors for further investigation. Now, we're also hearing from judicial sources that it will not be within 48 hours that Mubarak would be released. There may be a decision taken on this within 2 weeks. And of course, Hosni Mubarak is still in the process of being retried on the charges of failing to stop the killing of protesters during the January 2011 uprising that ousted him from power. So really, he doesn't have to stay in custody while that retrial it happens, and that's because he's already served the maximum prison term of 2 years that he can be held before there is a final conviction. Now, there's been a lot of consternation, incredulity here, that the fact that Hosni Mubarak could soon be freed. We heard from the Tamarud campaign that sparked the protests that ousted Mohamed Morsi. They said, yes, they backed the army, but they do not want a return of Mubarak to power.